Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. And today I want to take a quick look at a pair of kicks that I found at my local Finish Line. They were sitting on the shelves and they had full adult sizes of them, and I was very pumped to be able to grab my own size in this pair of kicks. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these light smoke gray Jordan 1 lows, aka the shadow toe lows. Got a standard Jordan 1 mid box, Jordan 1 low box, just the GR Jordan box, black, gold Jumpman. The tag reads Air Jordan 1 low. The colors are light smoke gray, black, and white. I think the retail price on these was $100 even, and I was able to use some status rewards for I think $10 off. I have about 90 bucks into them, and I think that's a bargain and a half. And man, oh man, I love it whenever you walk into a shoe store and see a pair of kicks like this that you weren't expecting to see. All I've ever seen of these are GS sizes. Whenever I saw that they had these in adult sizes, though, I immediately asked them if they have my size. And she said that they had them in for like 2 days, and they still had basically every size. So I know some people probably hear that and just can't even imagine it, but I live in a pretty rural area. Like, it's not a real dense population or anything, so I think a lot of times whenever shoes like this come and they get good stock of shoes like this, they end up hanging around and they're a lot more easy to get in store here than what they are in like bigger cities. So I might not have a whole bunch of stores or anything, but I definitely think there are some perks to living, you know, the slower paced life here in the middle of nowhere. Like I said on the intro, I've seen these referred to as the shadow toe lows, and of course that's just in reference to this color blocking and these colors being the same as on the shadows, the OG colorway of the Jordan 1. But I really like the way that they look with this white side panel. I just think these have such a classic look and just really classic looking color blocking, and black, gray, and white. It's hard to go wrong with those colors, especially on a dope classic retro silhouette like this. But I mean, and two, for the price of $90, I was all over this. I actually kept thinking, like, I got a size 10.5, but I kept thinking to myself, I should go in and see if I can get the 10 as well, just because I wouldn't mind having 2 pairs of these and just running one into the ground, you know, immediately throwing it on feet. I like that it has a black tongue and then black shoelaces over it. I think that looks nice. And two, I love the look of this toe box area. I have the Shadow golf shoes and I wear them golfing. I don't just throw them on feet and wear them for everyday use, but I wear them golfing, and I always say that I wished that I had a pair of those Shadow lows that are just like that, only not golf spikes, and I feel like this is close enough to scratch that itch for me. Of course, this being a Jordan 1 low, we have the Jordan 1 tread pattern that we always see. Got that pivot point, and then some Nike branding at the midfoot, and it's in that light smoke gray color. Just looks nice and clean. And then that comes up to meet a bright white midsole with bright white stitching. And I really just think these things came out very neatly. The materials are your standard synthetic feeling Jordan 1 lows that aren't an OG, you know? And sometimes we get surprised, and like the golf shoes had really nice feeling materials. Well, these don't feel like those, but these look really good. And I don't mind paying 90 bucks for a pair of shoes that look this good. But then coming up from that bright white midsole, we have a black mudguard, And then we have black eye stays and a black swoosh. And that's just really classic Jordan 1 color blocking. I really like that Wings logo on the back in black up against that gray. I think that's nice looking. And I already mentioned I like that it has a black tongue and black laces, but I also really like the fact that it's got a black sock liner, so it's not going to get all stained up. The insole is black as well, and if you can't see down in there, it's got a Jumpman on it. Coming up from that mudguard, we've got just this synthetic gray leather material. Doesn't feel super soft or anything like that, but it sure does look good. I really like that shade of gray. It's got those perforations that we're used to seeing all the time on Jordan 1s. And then to match that gray on the toe box, we've also got gray around the base of the heel. And that same gray leather goes up around the collar of the shoe. And that matches the outsole really well. And I think the only other little hit of gray that we have is these embroidered Jumpmen. I'm guessing that's the plural for Jumpman, but these two Jumpman emblems, I believe that's gray. Sometimes it's hard to tell whenever the sun's beating down this hard, but I think that matches the gray color there on the tongue. It's either that or white, but I'll be able to tell when I go in and edit. But then the only other color of leather on these shoes is this white for the side panels. And again, it feels the same as the gray and the black leather. It's pretty synthetic. It's not super soft or anything, but it just looks really, really nice. And for all these leather overlays and everything, the stitching matches everywhere. The only place you'll see a contrast in the stitching is the white going down the black swoosh, and then of course that embroidery for the Wings logo on the back of the heel. I was also really pleased to see this has kind of like the Silky feeling sock liner. It's just kind of really smooth, and I don't know, it feels a little bit more high-end than just like what we get most of the time. I'm not sure what that material is, but if you've had them before, you know what I'm talking about. I think that wraps up this review. We're all pretty familiar with Jordan 1 lows, so you all know what you're looking at here, but I just think in this colorway, I think these things are a home run. And like I said, it's not really incredible material or anything, but they look really, really good. And for the $100 price point, especially with using some rewards on that too, I just think this was a no-brainer picking these up. But let me know what you all think of these, and I'll catch you on the next one. Mr. Butter, out.